these instances information that is around, and they find it in other ways and through other channels. And in this specific instance, one of the members of the former Norwegian government says that the Norwegian Radiation Protection Board has let the people down. They have hidden the information, they haven't given the full truth. And that is of course serious, because at least in Norway, and I guess it's the same here, these authorities are based upon your money. You pay them through your taxes, and they should be official authorities that should protect your health, nothing else, you know. And very often I see that people are upset again, and if these authorities do protect something, it's not your health, it's more the industry that are protected. And very often you see flyers like this for newspapers and magazines give you brain damage. In this specific case, it's an American study which was done in 1996, and it was published all over the world in different newspapers and tabloids. It was discussed in television and in radio, because rats that had been subjected to mobile phone use had developed damage to their DNA in nerve cells of their brain, and that is of course nothing you would like to have or to give to the next generation. And behind these articles in newspapers and programs in television and flyers on the wall and so on, there is of course a very dry type of science. And you can see here that there is a number of reported biological effects from non-ionizing radiation, the same type of radiation that, for instance, Wi-Fi, WiMAX, Tetra, whatever mobile telecommunication systems are using. And you have to remember that the official guideline, at least in Sweden, I think it's the same here, the level that you should be able to take, that's 2 watts per kilogram of microwave radiation. And you see from the figures here that scientists are below, well below, or very well below these official guidelines. And actually the scientists that are the 1,000 times lower than is supposed to be good for you and your children. And again, people are not stupid, they are very intelligent, they know how to get information, they know how to search the internet and so on. So people very quickly realized that science was very well below, showing effects, for instance, decrease in eating and drinking, calcium effluxes, effects on the DNA in human cells, e.g. brainwave alterations. You had tampering with the blood-brain barrier, leakage from it, changes in cell cycle and cell proliferation. And I borrowed this image from Henry Lai, who is a professor in the United States and the foremost expert in this area. And this is one of several diapositives which I borrowed from him. So you can go on seeing various forms of effects. And I very early coined this expression already in 1983. None of you were even born then, you know. And I said, this is the largest full-scale experiment ever. And I popped a question asking, what happens when we, 24 hours around the clock, wherever we are, allow ourselves and our children to be used as guinea pigs, whole body irradiated for the rest of our lives? That's really the essence of the whole issue. And you know, when you have questions, you need answers to straighten out this question mark. And I must make the story short, because otherwise we will go on too long. But I will just mention a few important things that has taken place. One of them being a meeting in Italy in February 2006 in a small town called Benevento, and from it, in a scientific, peer-review-based scientific journal. And we had a lot of bullet points that we took down, and I will read out some of them. One of them said that more evidence from occupational and public exposures to electric, magnetic and electromagnetic fields at current exposure levels. We also said what is needed but not yet realized is a comprehensive, independent and transparent examination of the evidence pointing to this emerging potential public health issue. We could conclude that resources for such an assessment are grossly inadequate. We could say that there is evidence that present sources of funding bias the analysis and interpretation. And number 4, arguments that weak electromagnetic fields cannot affect biological systems do not represent the current spectrum of scientific opinion. We said that we work of guidelines for public and occupational electromagnetic field exposure that reflect the precautionary principle. Better be safe than sorry, actually, you know. We said that they should inform the population of potential risks of cell phone and cordless phone use, and today you can expand on that, including wireless internet of different sorts. Advise consumers to limit wireless calls and use a landline for long conversations. We said that we should limit cell phone and cordless phone use by young children and teenagers to the companies from marketing to them. And this is published, so you can easily find it and refer to it whenever you want to. And you know, when you put out suggestions and you call for changes and so on, often you have to do the work yourself. So very quickly we realized that no one would do this kind of overall scrutiny of the scientific data available in the literature. So we decided to get together a group of around 16 scientists all over the world, including myself, and this photograph is taken at the Karolinska Institute, and August 31st, 2007, we were able to publish